Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you are doing great out there. I want to say hi to all my new subscribers. You guys really came and supported your sis with her haul, and I was just like, oh, I was taken aback. But I want to say hi to all of you. Hopefully you're tuned in and watching this video. And if you have me on Instagram, then you will know that I asked if you guys wanted to see a university experience video, considering I've just finished university and kind of just want to go over my experience and let you guys in on the full tea, because I said, yeah, I'm going to include all the full tea, like everything. Close to everything. So yeah, I'm just going to be doing my makeup today because I'm going out later on. And you guys have been asking about this hair, but the wig is like a year old. And it was another stylist that did it. But if you guys ever need your hair done, then you need to go to Heeeey by Kikeaj. Wow, sis makes the best frontal wigs ever. The best frontal wigs, like, yeah. Heeeey by Kikeaj. Tell her that I sent you. That I sent you myself. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe at this point, because the content that I'm going to be releasing this summer is about to be mad. And you don't want to miss out on any of it. But let's just get into it, shall we? I came to uni in 2014. Yeah, I came to study accounting and finance. So if you guys remember, when I first ever started YouTube, that's way back. When I first started YouTube, I spoke about like my whole like transition from like A levels into uni. And I'm just gonna give you like a quick background to that. So basically, I went to college studying chemistry, biology, English literature and history, because in my mind I was going to be a pharmacist. Like, I was going to be a pharmacist and dispense lots of medicine for people. But my mom told me that's how you make money, like you go into the medical field. My sister didn't want to be a doctor, I wanted to be a pharmacist. Okay, so I went in. By the time I had finished AS, yeah, I got a D in chemistry, a D in biology, I got a B in history and an E in English. And in my head I said, I can't even go and do pharmacy now, because I failed the subjects that I need for pharmacy. Like, okay, I didn't fail, but they weren't great. I can't go to uni with a D. I can't go and apply for decent uni with a D. So my history teacher at the time told me to drop biology and chemistry and pick up politics and do the 2-year course in 1 year. So I did that. And meanwhile I was doing this, I was obviously having conversations with my parents about what I was now going to do at uni, because, you know, the dream of me being a pharmacist, that dream was flushed down the toilet along with my grades. So there was no way I was going to be able to go to a good uni and say, yeah, man wants to do pharmacy. I can't do that. I ain't got that option right now. I came to the conclusion, along with my mum, that I was going to be an accountant. Yeah, I'm going to be an accountant. I'm going to, you know, sort that kind of stuff out, all that money and ting there, because that's another way you can make money, be an accountant. So I applied to all these different unis to do accounting, and Kent was actually my first choice. If I had got in to do pharmacy anyway, I was always going to come to Kent, so I just thought, you know what, let me just change my degree and stay at the same place. So I applied for Kent. After like a very hard year, I ended up leaving uni with ABB, A in politics, B in English and my B in history, and I got accepted into the University of Kent. So I went there to study accounting and finance. My accounting and finance course mates will tell you this. By week 3, they stopped seeing me. I didn't understand anything that they were talking about. Simple credits and debits, I couldn't even wrap my head around it. Like, nothing on the course was making sense. I was doing all the reading and nothing was making no sense. Like, I'll read the book, I'll try to do the question, I'll get the question wrong. I said, Jesus, why? Like, I didn't break my back at A2 to come and basically not be able to do my course properly or have issues with my course. Like, it wasn't making sense to me at all. At this point, I had started seeing my partner. Like, we were dating, but like we weren't together yet or whatever. So he had told me, like, why don't you just change your course? And I was like, what am I going to change my course to? That's going to throw my whole plan. Like, the plan is to study accounting and finance and get an internship with KPMG or Deloitte or PwC and work for them. Oh, I didn't prime my nose. Oh, doesn't matter. Yeah, that was the plan. If I do a different degree, like, how am I going to become an accountant? How am I going to work for PwC? How am I going to work for the big four? Like, that's not part of my plan. So he was like, but sis, you're clearly not enjoying this degree. You're clearly not understanding the degree. Like, every day is tears. Because I'll literally come back from the lecture and I'll be concentrating so hard, but I had no idea what they were talking about. So, it then came to me that, yeah, like, I'm just gonna actually have to change my course. So I changed my course, but they then told me you can't start until next September. I said, huh? So what am I going to be doing for this whole year? Just sitting back and watching everyone finish their first year and I'm going to be chilling at home. They're like, yeah, like, you missed the deadline to change your course. So, there's no course changing for you in 2014 to 2015. You're going to have to wait to 2015 to start again. I said, huh? Anyway, so that whole first year, I call it my year zero because nothing actually happened that year. Nothing great happened that year, like, at all. And at this point in time, I was literally gallivanting the whole of uni. Oh yeah, I had to tell my parents, by the way, that yeah, listen, I'm dropping out first year, I'm just starting again. And yeah, it was such a silly time because it's like all your friends are still, I had made friends at this point at uni with other girls, along with my one college friend that I came with, and it's just like they're all going to class, they're all doing stuff, and I'm actually at home because I can't even go to any lectures because I missed the deadline to change my course. So I became pretty jobless that year. Even with my partner, guys, those of you that are going to uni this year, yeah, when it comes to guys, please just take your time. If the guy is for you, it's not running anywhere, Jerry. I decided to take myself in week 5 and move into my partner's house. So I was paying £7,000 on campus, and that room became a storage room because I decided, yeah, I'm going to be fast up and move myself into my partner's house. What business did I have? Because I didn't know you from anywhere and you could have been a useless guy. He could have been a useless guy. So all you babes that are going to campus this year, like, take your time with the guys. No, the guy's for you. He will not run away. He will not, yeah, don't be fast up like I was, because yeah, that made no sense in my opinion. My year zero rather was just a poor year because like nothing was making sense. Like, my friends, as I became like more inside my boyfriend's house, I wasn't really going out with my girls as much as well. So it's like I literally came to uni and I neglected the whole friendships that I made with these girls. And if I could go back in time, I'll actually go back in time and spend more time with these girls because I feel like it hasn't affected the friendship, but it just means that we're not as close as what we could have been because I decided to choose man, which was stupid because, like I said, the guy's for you, the guy will still be here. It's not that deep. Like, enjoy your first year. Oh, guys. If you're gonna live with your friends, yeah? If you're gonna live with your friends, make sure that you're able to at least talk to them about different stuff. If you're not comfortable with something, make sure you're able to say to them, hello, I don't like this, can we sort this out please, can we sort this out? But when you're living with your friends, that's basically what happens in second year, or your second year at university, whether it's your year 1 or year 2. You move off campus, you've lost your campus privileges and now you have to move off campus. I had already decided that these girls that I'm cool with, we're gonna live together, and that's a-okay, yeah? When it comes to finding a house, yeah, let me tell you our story. So, my partner at the time, he had never paid summer rent, and I know the kind of household I come from. I can't ask my mum or my dad for £500 a month for full rent for a house that I'm not gonna live in. So my partner had already told me, listen, the house is over summer. If you find a house over summer, you're not gonna pay as much summer rent, or you might even be lucky and not pay summer rent at all. Some landlords will bring out houses in like August, and you won't have to pay summer rent at all. So I had told my friends that, yeah, like, I think this is what we should do because it makes the most sense, considering none of us want to pay summer rent and just waste that money, especially if we can't stay, you know, in the property. We had booked all these houses, and in our part of our agreement was whoever basically finds the house basically gets first pick of rooms. Error number 1. Like, it should have been a proper verbal constant reminder that this is what the plan was. So, like, being the kind of person I was like, yeah, okay, I don't want to be in a position whereby I don't get first pick of room, so I'm gonna be on it like Sonic and trying up for bare houses, innit? Because I don't want that to be the case. Like, I don't want to be left with a crappy room, yeah? So I looked for as many houses as I could, and I ended up finding the house. Okay, guys, if you do this, yeah, and you're the one to find the house, let the rest of your housemates decide who else is gonna get the rooms, okay? It's none of your business at that point. You've got your room, close your mouth, be happy. I decided I wanted to be doing mediator between the rest of my friends about who's gonna get what room. I should have just gripped my room and been quiet. What ended up happening was I ended up having an argument with my housemate, which then meant like she no longer wanted to live with us despite the fact that we signed a tenancy agreement, and like it caused like a whole load of hoopla. And like even to this day, like sometimes when we talk about it, it's just like, damn, like I really should have just stayed out of it. So if that's what you guys are doing with your friends, just stay out of it when you get your room, because at that point, like, you've got your room. It's none of your business. Like, just keep it as that. So year one was very, like, I felt a lot better. I was at uni, and at this point, I started studying politics and international relations. Now, guys, I'm gonna give you so many hacks when it comes, especially if you're a politics or humanities student or social science like I am. I'm gonna give you so many hacks, yeah. Things that I wish I had known in first year that would have meant I would have finished off strong, a lot stronger than what I finished now. When it comes to like your essays, yeah, me personally, what I did this year is I started reading ahead there. So I would look at the whole syllabus and I would pick up the subjects that I wanted to learn, or the subjects that most interested me. And then I'll look at like to see if it's got an exam at the end. Then I will look at how the exam is framed. So for example, one of my modules that I studied in my first year of politics was let's just say conflict analysis and conflict analysis, yeah. And it had an exam, but it also had a course work. And in the exam, they require you to write 2 questions, but eight topics come up. So I will look at 5 topics that most interest me, yeah? Because remember, even though there's an exam, you still got an essay to write. So I'll look at 5 topics that most interest me, and I'll do the reading on all those topics, yeah? And I will go to the seminars for all those topics and the lectures for all those topics. The rest, you know, I'll drop in, drop out, just to see how everything's going. By that point, you'll basically have like the optimum knowledge. So when it comes to writing like your essay, all you need to do is go to the lecture convener or the person that controls the module and ask them questions about that particular topic, any additional reading that they would suggest you read, because sometimes in the module outline they might put additional reading, sometimes they don't. So you will ask about like that additional reading, and you'll go ahead and you'll go do the reading. You'll make a detailed plan, you send it to them, and then they review your plan and tell you if it's on scheme or not, or what you could do to make the plan better, but make sure it's detailed. And that's how you get like a 68 or a 72, and it's worked every single time for me this year. And I wish someone had told me that in first year, and I wish that I had thought about it in second year, but that's what's been keeping me afloat this year basically. My first year of politics, I don't really take it seriously, especially because everyone was saying you only need 40 to pass. I was just like, yeah, it's whatever, innit? I wish I continued to take it seriously, because a lot of the material I learned in first year kept coming up for you know, the rest of my other years. So most of my modules were like introduction to political thought, or introduction to this, or introduction to that. It kept coming up in my 3 years, and if I did not know any of this stuff, then the rest of the knowledge that I opted to learn throughout the course of my 3 years at uni would have become very hard for me to grasp, because I didn't get the basics. So if people are telling you like first year doesn't count, it counts. It doesn't count because, you know, obviously they don't mark it, but it counts for how well the rest of your university experience could go. Especially if you're new to the topic. If I had never done politics before and I didn't take first year seriously, understanding a lot of concepts later on in time will be difficult. Just don't take first year seriously. I'm not asking you to go and break your back in the library and stay there from 10 AM to, you know, 9 PM in the evening, but do your reading, ask your questions, attend lectures and attend seminars. Don't be like me in first year, who had her attendance officer always emailing her asking me where I was for weeks 5, 6, 7 and 8. So second year for me was the hardest. Yeah, it was the hardest year for me. I don't know why second year is so hard. Like, I can't tell you why it's so hard. My second year was very hard. It was very, very hard. The jump between first year and second year still exists. And trying to make sense of all the information that you learned in first year and how it relates to second year, especially if your modules are like very different, it can be off-putting. Also, I had this once again had the same issue that I had in first year regarding housing. I found the house again, but this time, like, my housemate wasn't trying to hear it. It was a whole people around that. It was a whole mess again. Lots of arguing. It was just a lot of arguing again over rooms and arguing over why this person did this or that person did that. Like, going back in time, I think I wouldn't live with friends at all. Like, I'd rather just live with strangers, because that way you don't have to think about, oh, okay, this is my friend, I don't want to hurt her feelings by doing this or asking her to do that or calling her up on this. Like, I'd rather live with strangers where, like, I don't have a problem telling you about yourself. I don't have to think about your feelings. You're a stranger and you're not, like, doing what you need to do in the household. Do you get what I mean? But when you live with friends, you have to consider all this stuff. So you start sugarcoating your words and trying to make everyone feel better. You start trying to be polite rather than political, and, like, it just doesn't work out for anyone. And second year was hard, but once again, because of, like, the whole friends thing. Quick story time. There were 4 of us living in the house, and we had, like, an extra friend that would sometimes come and stay with us. Because she would commute. This year was the year where, like, everyone's friendship just fell inside the bin. I can't even go into too much depth, but what I can say is that this year there was a lot of fighting between us, physical fighting. And there's nothing worse than you living with your friends and you're arguing with your friends as well, because your homework makes you feel, like, so isolated. I don't think it helped, especially because I was going through anxiety as well, and, like, trying to do my counselling at this point in time, and the environment of the house was just so toxic. The way the house was even set up, you're inside everyone's armpit because the house was so small and crammed. So if you're not talking to anyone in that house, you have to make sure you can hear everyone who's in the hallway so you can avoid them. It was just very long and, like, unnecessary. But it was a very hostile household. Second year was just not fun at all. Like, my relationship with God was also suffering for, like, multiple different reasons. My mental health was university was really kicking my mental health at this point. Like, it wasn't going the way I wanted it to go. University, in terms of, like, grades and help, things just weren't going the way, like, it needed to go at all. And for me, like, the best thing for me at that point was, like, my family and my partner. Like, they were the ones that were really supporting me during this time. I didn't really have friends in second year because obviously the friends that you're living with, you're arguing with, and the friends that I did have, they had gone on their placement year. And they just weren't around. Like, they really weren't around, and obviously it's not their fault that they weren't around. Like, I remember I had this one friend that was on a placement year, and, like, I'd always message her and tell her, like, I hate uni, I hate what it's doing to me, I hate how it's making me feel. Second year by far was the worst year. Those of you who are watching this who are going into second year, like, good luck. I feel like everyone I've ever spoken to always says the same thing about second year. Like, they feel the same way. It's just a very hard year. It's a very, very, very hard year. To be honest, my final year was my best year. It's the year where I had the most fun. I fixed all my connections with my mates. And, like, my schoolwork was just excelling. Like, wow. Like, my schoolwork this year, my schoolwork has been the best it's ever been. Like, it's been so consistent. And I've just been so proud of myself. Final year is hard because of the kind of workload they give you. Like, it's a lot. Like, I feel like I was able to grow the most as an individual. I don't know what happens to you in third year, but, like, it's like everything starts clicking and everything starts connecting in your brain about certain things. I guess, like, what some people would agree with me is final year is scary because it's like you're coming to the end of, like, a chapter of your life where you're not responsible for much apart from yourself and, like, your studies. You're your level of responsibility is just low. Final year is weird because you're going into the world now and you have to find a job. You're an adult. Student finance is no longer like supporting you at all. You need to know what you're doing with your life. You need to make sure that you've got this in place, that in place, that in place. Like if you don't have any of these things in place, for example, like you finished 3 years and you still don't know the field that you want to go into, don't pressure yourself into thinking you need to have everything all together when you're leaving uni. Like the percentage in which people do have everything together like when they're leaving uni is low. University really gives you that chance to grow and figure a lot of things out for yourself and figure things out about yourself. Sometimes I do say, like, I wonder what my university experience would be like if I had like different friends, and that's no shade, no tea to them at all. It just, my family has been really good because I've hung out with like a different set of friends, and like they've helped me get involved with so much. And sometimes I just think to myself, one thing I would say to everyone out there is don't limit yourself to the group that you're with. Make it a point to meet new people, and this year I've met so many new people and done so many new things that I don't think I would have done had I stayed with like my original group of friends. All of us that have like finished and we're about to graduate, like university is not an easy thing, and to say that we've made it, ooh, pat yourself in the damn back. Revolution wants to take all of our money. Look at this palette. It's a bad B palette. Am I lying? I am dying when I look at this palette. I am dying. Because once this experience is done, that's it. Like, you can't get it back. Like, it's not the same when you're a post-grad. It's not the same. I'll say for like the Christians that are going to uni, please be aware and alert and vigilant. Because the enemy knows uni more than... Wow, like he knows how to grip you at uni. So if you've got a campus church, like attend your campus church and like make friends with everyone there, because you're gonna need the help. Yeah. If you don't have any support, then bro, you're gonna be caught off guard real quick. Because the moment you decide that, yeah, I just want to take a break, oh, that break can really spin your brain. So yeah, that was my university story. It seems like I finished the video now, but it seems very vague. I don't know if it seems very vague. I haven't spoken about a lot, but my time I really say is 45 minutes, so I've been speaking about stuff. I've just realized like this whole university experience is such a broad experience, because that's how like a university experience is in general. It's a very broad experience, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, even though I'm wearing 2 different lashes. If you've come to the end of the video and you still haven't subscribed, maybe this is the best time for you to subscribe. Like I said, there's going to be so much lit content this summer, and yeah, like I'll see you guys later for another video. Bye.